SGC here, and today's movie review is The Lone Ranger. So just a heads up, like, The Lone Ranger isn't an original, like, new movie, in case you think, whoa, what the heck is this? And that's it, that's all we got? Well, actually, The Lone Ranger is, according to Wikipedia, because Wikipedia is all information, is a fictional character, a masked ex-Texas Ranger who, with his Indian friend Tonto, fights injustice in the American Old West. The character has become an enduring icon of American culture, so if you're American, you probably know who the Lone Ranger is, and everyone else, you might not be that informed. But anyway, he first appeared in 1933 in the radio show, so that's when he started. And in terms of films, he's actually had like maybe 4 films before the Lone Ranger 2013 version. So we have the Lone Ranger back in 1956, Lone Ranger and the Lost City of Gold 1958, and the Return of the Lone Ranger 1961, and then the Legend of the Lone Ranger 1981, and then the Lone Ranger of 2003. I've never watched any of these, but really, why did I even bother watching this film? I like westerns, and despite the fact that I knew like everyone was like, oh, Johnny Depp being Tonto is totally like not cool, so I was like, Armie Hammer was pretty cool in The Social Network, so I was like, oh, why not support him, and plus I needed to watch a film. So directed by Gore Verbinski, you know him from, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean film Saga, the craziness that, you know, he's hooking up with Johnny Depp all the time now, because, you know, just gotta bring in the big bucks, especially with Jerry Bruckheimer being a producer on the thing with all these things. Anyway, Gore Verbinski, or Gregor, is actually also directed Rango, which was pretty awesome, and also The Ring. Didn't know that he directed that. But anyway, he directed the most recently, the new Lone Ranger. So starring Johnny Depp as Tonto and Armie Hammer as the Lone Ranger. So pretty much the storyline goes, somehow these band of like thieves I guess, or outlaws, that's the word, about like the Lone Ranger, like before he became the Lone Ranger. He's John Reid, and he gets wiped out with him and his brother and his crew, and then Johnny Depp comes along and is like burying him, and then somehow he keeps him alive, and then Armie Hammer is like, no, I gotta bring this guy to the justice, and the story happens. And then along the way they have William Fichtner, who is the big ruthless and cannibalistic outlaw, Butch Cavendish, and then you got like Tom Wilkinson, who plays Laughin' Cole, like this tycoon guy, so that's the whole pushing forward of the railroad system anyway. And then you got Ruth Wilson, you know, from Luther fame, who's like Armie Hammer's like brother's wife, and then they have some weird thing going on, talk about that later. And then you got Helena Bonham Carter as Red Harriton, a brothel madam, because she needs to appear in all Johnny Depp films. Anyway, so what did I like about this film? First of all, it's a western film. The westernness is there. Just seeing horses and everything, that's like good enough for me, because I'm just a sucker for westerns, which is not bad, I guess, because it's just like, back then it was pretty cool and all justice and outlaws and stuff. And Armie Hammer was, I guess, Armie Hammer, like, he didn't really excel in his role. I didn't expect much from him, actually, because Social Network, he was good, but not like, oh, I'm gonna expect greatness from him. And then you got Johnny Depp as Tonto. I've been pronouncing it wrong, so I'm sorry, don't kill me. But yeah, Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp. Really, Johnny Depp's characters, all I've seen is like when he has a makeup or some craziness going on with his face. I mean, Pirates, and then you got that Butcher's movie, Sweeney Todd, and then Public Enemies I have not watched, so I don't know how he was with his face, and what's it, the rum one that I didn't watch either. But here he was this generic Johnny Depp, and I think it was crazy, like, you know, he was like bonkers sort of thing, because his character was bonkers apparently, and he did that well, and I really didn't expect much from him. The fight scenes, I mean, like, gunfights were kind of okay. There's this crazy scene on the train that was pretty cool, and then I guess where am I going with this? But really, there's only one or a few scenes that are cool, but everything else, like, seriously, whoever thought up the choreography or the storytelling or like the whole like explosion of trains, because we just need more explosions in all our films, like, Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer should have died like 3-4 times in a movie just because of an explosion. Don't talk to me about like, oh, maybe they got shot. Well, Armie Hammer did get shot. And yeah, it was just too much like, they should have died. Like, what's the point? Why make it that like near-death experience? Like, just make it so it's like, oh, they jumped out the train instead of, oh, they blew up the train and they flew forward and they landed and they didn't hit the thing that was sharp and then another sharp thing came running at them and then they stopped. Like, that's kind of pointless. Just hit, fly, land, save. That's good enough for me. But this whole like, oh, they didn't die, but now they're gonna die. Oh no, they didn't die, but now they're gonna die, sort of thing kept going on and on and on. Then we have William Fichtner, who was sort of like a crazy, like, he was pretty ruthless outlaw. I mean, he's pretty good actor, and here he wasn't much to play with, except he was just menacing and I'm gonna kick everybody's ass and eat everybody. And so where am I going? Like, the only good thing was the world building. Like, the world building, I get it, and that was it. Acting wise was just expected from Johnny Depp. Armie Hammer was whatever, which William Fichtner was like limited. And then we have Ruth Wilson. That's going into what I didn't like about this movie territory. So Ruth Wilson, to me, is an awesome actress because she was really nuts in Luther, who plays a deranged like psychopath. And now she's here, and then her face is like trying to be a love person, love interest, sister-in-law sort of thing. That arc totally didn't like mesh well with me at all because it just felt awkward. I was like, dude, your brother's like right over there, and you're just flirting with your sister-in-law. And then after the brother dies, and then you're like still flirting with the sister-in-law. Like, I don't like that sort of relationship, so it was really like for me. And she didn't really bring much to the table. Like, her entire arc, like her son was another like her son was totally like kill me now. James Badgedale. Well, actually, that's the brother, actually. Where's the son? I can't find the son. But anyway, the son's acting totally was just, ugh. Whoever wrote the lines before him and whoever wrote, like, the screenplay surrounding, like, the action sequences surrounding him was just kill me now. Just reminded me of, like, White House Down, where the kid totally broke out of character, and then here, this part too. Like, I didn't really get it. I didn't really like it either. And so yeah, and then, well, another thing. Helena Bonham Carter storyline arc was totally unnecessary. I don't even know why she was in this movie. Someone enlightened me, really. Now I'm saying, what the heck is wrong with me? But anyway, so her brothel scenes were like, I don't get it. Why do they need to be here? And then she's like an assistant, like, in the whole bigger picture thing in the end, and then just like, oh, like, that wasn't the spoiler, you know, because why else would she be in this movie? Anyway, so yeah, the Lone Ranger. I didn't really have any expectations to it. Like, there were a lot of cheesiness. Like, I was watching with my buddy, and everyone was pointing out how many times that, like, some dude would have one gun, and the other guy would be gunless, and the dude would be like, time to pay your debts, or some cliche crap. And they won't shoot him, and something happens to the guy holding the gun. Like 7-8 times. Somewhere around there. Like, that is just lazy writing. And then there's some like just corny, like totally out of character stuff. Like, there's like a raid happening, and all of a sudden this important person comes out of nowhere, and then he tries to kill this other person, and obviously coming out of nowhere will get you killed unless you're a stealthy ninja, but there ain't no ninjas in this movie. So yeah, so I totally didn't get that. And there's a lot of explosions that just didn't make sense. Physics don't exist in this movie. And people lived, and I guess happily ever after. Will there be a sequel? Or do I even look forward to a sequel? Hope not. I really think Lone Ranger could have been better, a lot better. Like I don't know, the whole concept of the Lone Ranger, I mean, it's pretty badass because it's like a outlaw that's going out for justice, and it's cool and stuff, but it's just, I didn't get the whole like the motivation behind like this menace. Like, do I get it? I think I sort of get it, because I mean, it's for this thing that I can't say, or else I'll totally ruin and spoil the movie for you. But the motivation in the end is just like, oh, totally saw it from a mile away. Like really, like what? So yeah, the Lone Ranger could be tons and tons more better. Sort of disappointed with Ruth Wilson's acting, and I guess it's just limited to her role. I mean, why did she even sign up for this if she read the script sort of thing? Because she is an amazing actress in Luther, like I said before. Helena Bonham Carter, seriously, like, distance yourself from Johnny Depp. Like, try some movies on your own. Because, I mean, seriously, like, looking at your, like, filmography while my computer is Loading. Let's see. So pretty much, like, I guess she was in Les Mis, so that's good for her. Dark Shadow, she was with Johnny Depp again. I don't know. It's just like she has to play like normal characters, really. Like I don't know. I don't want to talk about her much anyway. But anyway, so yeah, Lone Ranger, sort of like, I guess it was better. I do have to say it's better City with Bones. Like, there, I put it out there. It is better than City with Bones. Like, there's more action, there is more character development, despite the fact that it's awkward character development. But, I mean, like, whatever, like, I mean, it's just personal preferences, as in, like, you don't flirt with your sister-in-law when your brother is there, or even when he's there, sort of thing. So anyway, that is all for this, like, Lone Ranger 2013 edition movie review. See ya.